Okay, can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Oh gosh, I am so sorry. Not really, I'm not sorry. I'm a little late. About time? Yeah. I had to go to the bathroom. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with you. I had to go to the bathroom. I'm back now though. I'm back and I'm better. All right, let's see. Do I have the music on? Okay, it is on. No worries. Yeah. How's it going? Wemby just passed Michael Jordan and being the fourth fastest player to score 100 points. 100 points? Wait, 1,000 points. Really? Really? Well, Michael Jordan. So he was faster than Michael Jordan and as a rookie, right? We're talking about rookies? And points per minute, I believe. Okay, because I'm like, wouldn't Jordan have had more points? I mean, Jordan was like, God, Jordan was averaging like 30 something. Wemby better than Jordan confirmed. Real talk, I really do believe Wemby will be like the greatest ever. Yeah, I truly do believe that. Might be crazy to say. Some people would disagree. I think that he possibly could. If he didn't have the mindset, I wouldn't say that. But he has the competitive nature of a Jordan too. So it's like, well, yeah, I think he probably will. People forget MJ came into the league without a jump shot. MJ was also 21. It'll be a long way to go, but I get you. Yeah, it'd be a long way to go. Maybe better than Kobe. I really do believe Wemby could end up being better than Jordan. Like the greatest ever. He's kind of ridiculous. He's kind of ridiculous. Obviously, like you said, it's a long road. You don't have to win championships. But I mean, Jordan didn't win his first championship until his 7th year? Was it his 7th year? Was it Jordan's 7th year when he won his first championship? Better than Charles Barkley? Yes. It took Jordan 8 years. Okay. Yeah. He'll get there. He'll get there. Once he starts winning a few rings, which inevitably, dude, he's too great not to. Once he win us a few rings, I think people will start saying. I think after the third, people will start actually asking that question. Gosh, I hate that my camera does that. Better than Bobo? See, he's not quite as good as Bobo. Shaq got us on that one, guys. He's not as good as Bobo, but he could potentially be as good as Bobo one day. All right, let's go to Twitter. We got some stuff to talk about. Once we clean up this trash roster, it's gonna be a long road. What the heck? Wemby on his nighttime routine? That's pretty cool. Is that a good book? I don't know. I don't know a lot about Stephen King books. All right, let's see here. All right, here it is. Wait. Was this? No. It was something else we were. Wait. They don't have enough. Okay. I'm gonna duplicate this. This actually wasn't what I wanted to go over. But that's fine. Let me find the other one. Is this it? Save Shawshank Redemption, all his books way better than the movies. It took Jokic and LeBron about 8 years too. I believe Curry was about 6 or 7 years as well. It takes time. Spurs fans are really spoiled by what happened with Duncan. That was a special case. Let's see. I have no idea. All right, guys. I know you're tired of hearing about this. No, you're not. You're not tired of hearing about this at all. I know I'm not. Your boy Trae Young could potentially end up being in the San Antonio Spurs grip. So hold on. Ugh. Woo. Okay, I don't know what that was. I almost died right there. Yeah, hold on. Actually, before we do that, let me bring something else up. Because I did see this. This is so frustrating not being able to find the stuff that I should just start bookmarking things. All right, here we go. All right, okay. All right, I'm ready now. All right, guys, I'm ready. I'm finally ready to go over this topic, okay? Trae Young. So big shout out to Ty Yeager on this one, in which Ty Yeager says, let's just say I feel pretty confident that San Antonio is going for Trae Young this summer after what I just heard. Now, let me go ahead and say this, okay? Ty is awesome, all right? Ty is someone that I trust. I've talked to Ty on, a few occasions through the DMs, and Ty's a good person, good dude, okay? I really do like Ty. I appreciate Ty's takes, input on things, and he does hear things here and there. And I will say this, you guys won't believe me. I don't say any of this because I don't want to sound like self-important, but I have my own sources as well, and I hear things as well. A lot of times when I talk about something, and I'll just give you a hint, okay? When I harp on something over and over and over again, more than likely it's something that I heard, and on top of it, I'm backing it up with things that have already been announced, and we just kind of build upon that. Now, when we're talking about opinions on how I feel about a player like Keldon or Sohan or whatever, obviously there's no source connected to that. That's just my feelings. That's just my thoughts on it. That's the way I view players. But a lot of times I do hear things, and yes, I've heard something about this as well, that the San Antonio Spurs are going to go after Trae Young. But it's backed up not only just from what I've heard and apparently what Ty's heard, and Ty can't say too much, which, I don't know where he heard it from, but I trust it. But it's also just been around, right? Like, there's no surprise. There's nothing that came up where you should be shocked or anything like that. There's been many of articles talking about this already. People have already put that out there, that the San Antonio Spurs could be going after Trae Young. So it's been known that the Atlanta Hawks will be looking to move either DeJounte Murray or Trae Young or both of them. Like that's kind of what it sounded like right now. It says perhaps the more significant reason why trade talk has a more tangible feel than ever before. There appears to be a true market forming for Young for really the first time in the 6 seasons as a Hawk. And it's already been announced that when it comes to the Atlanta Hawks, they've gotten calls about Trae Young and his availability, and a lot of teams and executives believe that Trae Young will be available when this season is over with. One other thing that I wanted to show you was this. So if you wanted to know who is in the running for trying to get Trae Young, Lakers, they put all their business out there. I mean, it seems like with the Spurs, we're pretty low-key. You rarely hear anything. But the Lakers, you hear a lot. And it says the Lakers view Trae Young as a third star who can help push for a championship now, but also bridge the gap to the future for a new era alongside Anthony Davis. That sounds all great and dandy. I mean, it might happen. Who knows? But when you think about what they can give up, it's not really that much. So Los Angeles can trade upwards of 3 first-round picks and 4 swaps this offseason. Those aren't going to be that great. So more than likely what they'll have to do is have another team involved. Here's the thing, okay? Here's the beauty of this whole situation. I've said this already and I stick by it. I don't care what the Spurs do. I end up putting out there, I think I put it on Twitter. I was like, hey, I'm cool if the Spurs don't do anything when it comes to the Trae Young situation, and we will still win. If we just sat back and allowed the Atlanta Hawks to implode, because we know that that's about to happen, hey, we still benefit from it because we have their picks. And I saw someone say like, no, the wrong move would be doing nothing. It's like, no, we already made the move. We already set the stage. The Spurs set themselves up beautifully. We can do something. We can go after Trae Young, give them their picks back, maybe a couple of ours, and we'll still have plenty of picks left. Or we could just say, hey, you know what? Y'all handle that. We'll just keep your picks. You do whatever you want to do, Atlanta. We're just going to keep that 2025, and we'll get us a point guard in that draft. It's really beautiful. Okay, it really is beautiful. And I have to say that the San Antonio Spurs front office has done a fine job thus far. Now it's just a matter of waiting and seeing what comes out of it. But I think they've done a pretty decent job. One thing, this is just like a small pet peeve of mine, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. All right, I'm talking to you, chat. All right, I didn't fact check this, but I don't think it needs fact checking. All right, this is one of those things where it's in my mind. I think I know what I'm talking about. I just bounce off of me. All right. A lot of people getting on to Brian Wright for drafting Keldon Johnson. I saw quite a few people talking about this. And the reason why I bring this up, because I truly do think that we have a good front office, and I think Brian Wright has been a good GM. This is the smoothest transition into a rebuild I have ever seen. You usually don't get your generational talent this quickly, and this many picks this quickly, really based on like nothing. Like we start off with almost nothing, and we did this. Pretty impressive. But people that are getting onto him for drafting Keldon Johnson, he didn't draft Keldon Johnson. Wasn't that R.C. Buford? I mean, I know that Brian Wright had a say-so in that draft, but people bring up Luka and they bring up Keldon, but he wasn't the GM when we got those two players. So I don't know why that's always brought up when we're talking bad about Brian Wright. In my opinion, I think that Brian Wright really needs to have a team that's constructed solely from him. And unfortunately, Keldon will be the last part of that. I could be wrong. Keldon could end up really coming into his own as far as being a good role player for this team in the future. I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to trip. I'm not going to call for anybody's job. But, hey, Brian Wright did draft Primo. Yeah, but we never. Come on, man. Come on. Like, at the time, you gotta think of things relative to the time and what was going on. The Spurs getting Primo actually did make sense, like in hindsight. And I thought Primo was going to be really good, actually. Ruined his career, but I thought he was going to be really good. I can't really put that on the GM when Primo just doing what he's doing. Primo issues weren't his performance on the court. Yeah, like you can't. Yeah. If only Primo wasn't a. Okay, guys, I get focus. Okay, focus. He didn't draft Luka or Keldon, right? I don't know why people keep bringing that up. He didn't draft them. Am I right? Oh my God, my chat gets so distracted so quickly. You guys get distracted. Right. Okay, thank you. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look, we're already on to something else. Anyways, look, all I have to say is getting Trae Young is doable. I think the Spurs, if anybody, would have the best shot at doing so. And I don't think that either way really hurts us, honestly. You get Trae Young, hey, we fixed the point guard situation. We probably, more than likely, would have already gotten our defensive wing. And then hopefully Sidi Sissoko could come into something. And then we'll still have pick capital in the future. So we don't have to worry about, oh my God, it's Trae Young or bust. No, we'll still have picks for later on as well. And we have so many. I mean, absolutely so many second round picks that you can package into something as well. So I'm excited. I'll be honest. I'm excited. I think that we will be more than likely the front runners for getting Trae Young if that were to happen. I know some people are quite against getting Trae Young. Like, what's the point? He can't play defense. It's like, watch the Atlanta Hawks. Actually, watch a few Atlanta Hawks games, because I have to tell you, he is having a phenomenal season, and defensively, he has gotten much better, and it's impressive. It's impressive, nonetheless. The one you got to worry about, actually, is DJ with his defense, but Trae Young's defense, A-okay. A1, actually. Let's see. Does anyone think Primo did what he did to get out of San Antonio? That would be the dumbest move any player would ever do just to get out of. That is insane. Just ask out. Oh my God. What do you think the Spurs got to give up to get Trae realistically? Whew. Well, what I'm hoping, okay, this is what I'm hoping. If we were doing it, right after this season, I would think that you probably have to give up your top 3 pick in this upcoming 2024 draft, which I would do. You'll have to give them all of their picks back. And you're probably going to have to add in maybe a couple more first. It'll be nice if we don't have to include ours, but does it really matter? I mean, we can kind of hold on. I mean, we can give up ours and maybe we'll be good enough to make the play-in playoffs. I don't know. So it wouldn't really matter anyway. So more than likely, that's what I'll be looking at. Probably giving them our top pick this year, give them their picks back, and then maybe just a few more of ours. And then along with that, you're probably going to have to get rid of, Keldon or maybe Malachi and Keldon, probably something like that. That's what I'm assuming. If they want to go full on rebuild, I mean, they would want their picks back, right? That's what I'm assuming. That's what I think. You lost me when you said give up our top 3. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, if you give up your top 3, you don't have to worry about it that much, especially if we already have Toronto's. So because this upcoming draft, while there's a lot of talent in the lottery, the skill gap is not as insane as it was this past season, right? Like, you don't have any type of generational talent. Like, if you're looking at a player at top 5 or the 5th overall pick, 6th, 7th overall pick, it would have to be 7th overall pick, right? You're looking at the 7th overall pick. They're not that much different than the 4th or 3rd overall pick. I'm sorry. I mean, you could disagree with me. I don't think that the skill gap is that wide. There's a lot of good players, but I don't think it's that much of a difference from like late lottery up to like the end of the first round. It's just everybody's so close in skill level, so I don't think that it would matter that much. And if the San Antonio Spurs whole mindset is you get Trae Young and then we can get our 3-and-D small forward, hopefully Modest Buzelis will be available at 7th. He's really good. Guys, go watch him. He's back. Like, a lot of people are like, he can't shoot. No, he's back. His shot is definitely back. I think he's shooting 40% over the last few games. I don't recall, but his shooting's back. He's very skilled, a lot of confidence, plays good defense. That's somebody that you could really take. Rob Dillingham, yeah, that's another guy that you could potentially take at 7th if you wanted to. But if you're getting Trae Young, then I more than likely would go after a small forward, right? Like, that's what I would do. Cody Williams is better. See, Cody Williams could be available too. I'm just saying, like, all of these players. And that's the thing. I don't know if you guys noticed, but every single second of every single day, you hear another name and someone else is bringing up, well, what if we get this guy? What if we get this guy? What if we get this guy? And in actuality, a lot of these players are pretty similar in talent. Like, I don't think that you're losing anything by taking one over the other for a big chunk of these players in this draft in particular. Maybe not in previous drafts, not especially not last year's draft or the one prior, when you have like Paolo Banchero and then Apollo Banchero, Chet Holmgren, and then everybody else. It's not really like that with this one. But yeah. Dyson Daniels mid. Dyson Daniels isn't mid. He's having a bad offense. And didn't he just get hurt? He's having a bad offensive showing, but I think it also has to do with the team he's on. He's not really getting much opportunity to be like a scorer or develop those type of skills. Hopefully they can just trade him away, honestly. He has really good defense though. He'll be fine. Modest Buzel is 28.1% at 3-point. No. I think he's got it way better. He got his shot back. He was just getting used to the G League. I'm pretty sure he's shooting like 40% over the last few games. I'm pretty sure. Look, it's besides the point, okay? My whole point is, if it came down to, like, which one would you guys rather choose? Would you rather just keep all your picks, which is fine. That's not a bad option by any means. Just keep all your picks, ride it out, see what we can get. Or if it came down to giving up a 2024 first round pick, top 3, top 4, whatever, and you keep the other one, like you keep the 7th. You just say Toronto keeps winning or whatever, and we get the 7th. I mean, with the skill gap in this draft, I'm completely comfortable with taking Trae Young and then holding on to the 7th, and we'll still have more picks in the future. Like, that's how ridiculous our front office set us up, that we're capable of doing this and still rebuild. This is kind of why we have so many picks. I was wondering what we could finally get a guarantee. I don't want to do 20 players like OKC and pick and choose. Trade some of these picks for Trae. Yeah, that was the whole point. You get all these first round picks and you can package it into something if you need to. I mean, if you don't, you still got your picks, 25 draft will be fire. It will be. And that's the thing. It's like, I would want to hang on to the 25th Atlanta Hawks pick, but there's no way. Like, that defeats the purpose for them. Like, there's no way they don't get that 25 back. Like, I don't see, they can't be that incompetent. Like, they want that pick back, Dynasties built through the draft. You will still be building through the draft. I don't think this is a fast track by any means. I just think that this will be, I mean, he's a superstar, don't get me wrong, but I think that this will be okay, we got our star point guard. That's something that we need, and we still have to fill up the other spots. It's not like Trae Young is like in his 30s, right? Like he has plenty of years left, and the way that he plays, he'll be totally fine. Like, he still has plenty of years in his career left. We have the leverage, so to be honest, they ain't getting that 25 if I'm the GM. I guess it just depends on how bad you want Trae. Like I said, like, I can't disagree with any of you. If you say, nope, I ain't doing it, I'm holding on to my 2024s, I'm cool with that. Like, I'm not tripping about it. I don't really have that strong of opinion about it. If I had to lean one way or the other, just depending on what it looks like, and it came down to the 2024 pick, but we keep Toronto's, give them back their picks, and we give them a couple ours, maybe ones that's not even from us, but we just give them a couple ours. I mean, I'm probably not tripping about it that much, to be honest with you guys. And especially since in my mind already, I have it made up, which maybe I shouldn't made it up in my mind like this, but I already have it made in my mind that 2025 is the pick where we get a point guard. Then I really feel okay with going in that direction for getting Trae. But I'm cool either way. Hopefully we trade for Trae Young. Just imagine the pick and roll. It would be absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it would be unstoppable. There's no way of stopping it. Really. It's no way of stopping that. A pick and roll with Trae Young, pick and roll, pick and pop. There's no way of stopping it. It would just be OP. Absolutely OP. But we know Trae Young loves the Spurs. We know his dad loves the Spurs. We need Rob or Topic. I don't want Topic. I don't know why everybody likes Topic so much. I don't like Topic. I don't think he's that good. Lakers can't beat our assets. The only way they could do it is if Trae really wants to go to LA. Yeah, he would have to really want to go to LA. That's another thing I'm banking on too. I'm waiting for Trae Young to get disgruntled and say he wants to come to San Antonio. He said, I also don't like Topic. Yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand. Topic is going to need years to develop. I just don't understand why people want Topic. I don't get that. I don't know what I don't see what you guys see. It was kind of the same thing with Collier. When everybody went crazy about Collier, I was like, I don't see it. See, that's what I'm curious about. What could Lakers really give? They don't really have anything. I mean, this is what oh wait. I already had it up. Yeah, up to 3 first-round picks and 4 swaps. They're not gonna be that great. I don't know. What's that? KJ, Devontae, 2025 first-round pick, 2025 Atlanta first-round pick, 2027. You're not giving up 3 picks to get Trae. Yeah, you can go ahead and get rid of that deal. They're not that dumb. There's no way. I would love that deal, but there's no way. Also, it's not going to be just KJ and Devontae. You're probably going to have to give up Malachi, honestly. It's going to have to be some young player. Malachi, Blake. It's going to have to be some young player that you give them. Some promising young player. I would try my best to hold on to Sohan and Fasel. But that's probably what it'll come down to. How much picks for him? In my mind, I'm thinking theirs, okay? 2024. All of theirs back. So what was that? When we be at 5 at that point? And then I'm thinking a few of ours. So either 6 or 7. I'm thinking 6 or 7 first round picks. I hope I did the math right. I'm sorry. I'm not looking it up right now. All right. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I could be totally off on it. That's my first thought. Trae will beat Halliburton as assist leaders for sure. 6 or 7. Dang, bro, 6. That's what I'm thinking. For Trae Young? Probably. Here. Well, let's look up. I said I wasn't going to look up. Let's look it up. Spurs future draft picks. Fenspo. Okay, let's see. All right, 2024. See, look. Shoot. We won't get this one. This one won't convey this year. So I'm thinking Toronto. This is how many picks we have. Like 6 sounds like a lot, but it ain't that bad, guys. So check it out. So let's just say hypothetically we give them Toronto's, okay? Boom. Toronto's gone. And then we give them, so that's 1. And let's say we give them Atlanta's back, 2. That swap, they get that back, 3. There's another Atlanta one, 4. So now we got to start looking at the other ones. Let's say we give them one of ours, maybe like 20, 26. Okay, we're at 5. And we give them, don't we have a Chicago one? We got a Chicago one. And that will be 6. Like, we have a lot. We have a lot of different things that we could do. We can give them Charlotte's if they'll take it. First round picks. Yeah, but we still have plenty of picks left. Once again, we got to keep Chicago. I want to keep Chicago. All I'm saying, once again, I am completely content with not giving them anything. And they keep Trae Young. I am completely content with it. And if Trae Young gets disgruntled enough and he makes it very obvious he wants to come to San Antonio, it'll make it way easier on us. And Lord knows he has been dropping hints that he wants to be in San Antonio for a minute this season. Making that comment on Instagram about, hey, they're not giving him the ball. Well, he just basically said it was easy. He was like, oh, that's an easy lob. Going on a podcast in which he knows exactly what they're going to ask him. And it was like 3 or 4 Wembanyama Spurs questions. Like, come on, man. You got his dad liking my tweets, but also talking about the Spurs. Like, we know that he grew up a Spurs fan. Like, it's a lot, okay? It's a lot. He could very well want to just come to San Antonio. But yeah, those are my thoughts on it. Branham, Keldon, and 3 firsts and a handful of seconds might do it under the logic of trying to keep as many picks as possible. We do have a lot of seconds. Let's see, 2020. Oh my goodness. There's no way we keep all of these, right? Like, the Spurs knew what there's no way we keep. You guys really think we're going to keep this many? 2025 is going to be a great draft. But like Atlanta, ours, and Chicago's, and Charlotte's, we'll probably have 4 first-round picks next year. We'll have like 4 first-round picks. Are you really going to keep 4 first-round picks? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. There's no way we keep all this. Yeah, you usually don't draft like that. Yeah, it could be 4 because this Hornets one isn't going to convey. It's protected 1 through 14, and the Hornets suck. So it'll go over to 2025. That could be 4 first-round picks. Trading those protected picks seem like a waste. Which protected ones? The Charlotte protected? Wait, which protected? The Toronto? Ricochet. He looks good. I'm just saying, all I was saying is if we can keep the Toronto one, I'm telling you that's good enough for this particular draft. I'm not really that worried. But we'll see what the Spurs do. We'll see. Who knows? Probably. You're probably right, Free J. Charlotte picks is going to be 2 seconds. You're probably right, if we're being real. Wait, it's going to be 2 2025 seconds? I thought that... No. I think it conveys 1 more year, right? And then 2026 is when it turns to seconds. Am I wrong? They ain't never getting that Charlotte pick. Probably not. Wait, I thought that starts in 2026. Hold on, let's confirm it and then we'll end segment. We had the Charlotte pick since 23. All right, let's see. It's sad because we made that deal right before Bridges dude did what he did. No, yeah, it turns into 2026 and 2027 seconds. So yes. Yeah, so if it doesn't convey this year, it goes into 2025. Hopefully Charlotte is pretty good. I don't know. They probably won't be. Let's be real. And then at that point, it would turn into 26 second. But we could very well potentially have 4 first round picks next year. Yeah, it's 2026, 2027. So it won't be seconds in 2025. It'll be seconds in 2026 and 2027. But yeah. Good stuff. All right. Let's see. Give me a second. Chicago might blow it up with how good this draft class is looking. Probably. In 2025. Yeah, probably. Or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Chicago. They're really trying to make this thing work. I don't know why though. All right, let's see. Okay. All right. I came across this and I thought this was very interesting. Okay. I had no idea that this was a thing, although I probably should have known that this was a thing. So Greg Popovich on how he helps players with social media. He says, we bring in speakers to talk to players about the negatives of social media. They don't have to live every moment wondering what somebody's saying about them. The more you can depend on your teammates and yourself to find your place in the world, the better off you are. Guys, the San Antonio Spurs got the best program in the NBA. There's a reason why Doug McDermott wanted to stay with San Antonio. And he was basically pleading for the state of San Antonio. I do find this very funny because you guys know that maybe a couple months ago, I don't know, that we went over a potential burner from Malachi Branham. Don't know if it is. I mean, I guess that's the point of a burner. We don't know if it was, but it was a lot of commenting when people talked trash about him. But we have not seen anything since, nor is that account even still up. And I find that pretty suspicious. If it wasn't him, then wouldn't they just still be chilling? Like, I don't know. I think that's kind of strange that it just disappeared. We already know that we've had players have issues with social media stuff. Very few players have issues with social media prior. We had DeJounte Murray, prime example. He just can't stay off the internet, and it does interfere with his day-to-day games, at least with us. I would notice that the more criticism he'll get, the more aggressive he will play down the stretch of games. That's just something small I would see, and not aggressive as in a good thing. I mean aggressive as in I'm literally not even playing in the confines of what we got going on offensively. I'm not even looking at who's hot right now. I'm just taking the shots. It got a little bit more egregious. The more criticism, more things he got involved with when it comes to social media. So this stuff is really important. And I think that is great that we do have this type of system to help these guys because they are kids, right? They are kids. I mean, we all are on social media. I mean, literally, we're on a social media site right now. Like, and honestly, I'll be real. I would hate for any player to really see any of my videos criticizing them, because I don't want it to mess up their game, you know? Like, just focus on you, focus on what you got to do. But yeah. What's that? That's not Malachi in the court. That's Mr. Freeze, because Malachi ain't this bad of a player, bro. Malachi played good last game, okay? You gotta be nice to Malachi. He played good. Malachi's social media makes you realize he really a kid. They're all kids. They're all kids, really, when it's all said and done. More minutes for Blake, less minutes for Malachi. Malachi played well, at least last game. I haven't given up on Malachi, guys. I think one thing about Malachi is that I don't know if he necessarily fits with this team because we're not tailoring the game to him necessarily. Like, what he needs is a pick and roll heavy offense, and that's not necessarily what we run. He's had to resort to being a spot up shooter, and he never was that. He was never a spot up shooter. He's always had a good shot, a quick release, but he's never been a spot up shooter. And the Spurs, because of the personnel we have, that's the way that we have to play him. And it's unfortunate. I think if he was with another team, that they will be able to tailor things closer to his talent. Keep in mind, Malachi is not a guy that the San Antonio Spurs were even expecting to get. Like, he was supposed to go lottery, if not right after the lottery. The fact that he fell to the Spurs is insane. He wasn't supposed to fall to us like that. He's a really good player. But once he failed, the Spurs knew, yeah, you can't really pass up on this, especially since we didn't have Wemby yet. We didn't know what the future held. You have to basically get the best player available at the time. I thought Sohan at the time, in that moment, he was the best player available. And with his age, it was like, okay, you're going to get a lot of versatility out of this guy. Malachi, supposing he was supposed to be a lottery pick, landing to you, you got to grab him. Blake Wesley really showed out during his workout with the Spurs. Him and Malachi both showed out against each other, and they were like, we got to get this guy. And more of a project because, you know, all his tools haven't came, you know, together yet, but you knew that he could be one of the fastest players in the NBA. Yes, grab him. So that's kind of where the Spurs mindset was at the time. And now that we got our generational talent, now it's starting to sink in, like, okay, we have to evaluate what this looks like. And I don't think Malachi is untouchable. I just don't. I don't think, and as far as a trade is concerned, I don't think he's untouchable. But I don't think it's his fault either. I don't think we need to sit back and be like, oh, Malachi's trash. Oh, he's garbage. He's this, he's that. It's like, no, he's playing in a way that's not tailored to who he is. Right? It's not bringing out his best attributes. You're watching a good shooter have to turn into a specialty like 3-point shooter, and he's never been that. But every now and then he could go off. But he's just never been that. If Malachi can't learn to get out of his head and increase his confidence, he's going to get traded. So one thing to keep in mind too, like, because you guys know we go over like the history of a lot of these guys too. Especially with Malachi, it's funny that you say that is because when he first started playing basketball, apparently he was really trash. Like, he admitted to it that, oh, I was garbage. I was terrible at basketball. So he didn't have a lot of confidence starting off. And it seemed like it always took either a coach or it took a trainer to kind of push his buttons a little bit. Or sometimes, I know we looked at the footage of, you know, super young Malachi, where he started getting going after another player fired him up. So he's one of those guys that need a fire under him a little bit. Very similar to what Danny Green, you know, needed with the Spurs. So I think he's confident in his abilities, but at the same time, to like really wake up and ignite him, he does need somebody to kind of get onto him here and there. Which, I'll tell you this right now, if Malachi stays with the Spurs, he's getting the Danny Green treatment from Pop. It's a good thing, but he'll get that. He'd be really nice off the bench, taking on the scoring role in the future, in my opinion. Yeah, it would be nice. That's the thing, though. We just have to have not a complete offense tailored towards him, but at least the personnel, right? Like, you're going to need some more shooters. You're probably going to need a legitimate big man backing up Wemby that's decent in the pick and roll, so you can actually utilize Malachi's strengths. Right now, you can't really utilize it, right? Malachi, one of the worst defenders in the NBA. Number 7, bad at 3-pointers. Seriously, he needs to go. He's super young too, dude. I mean, he is super young. Like I said, and defensively, yeah, that's bad. Now I'm not even going to pretend like Malachi defensively has been good. But he is a good player. It's just a matter of if you can get the right personnel there, that will help with that. I agree. Oh, wait, who are you talking to? He said he'd be really nice off the bench. Okay, and then you said, I agree. I believe he can be a 22 point per game scorer off the bench. Yeah. I mean, 22 points per game is a lot. I don't know about that. Maybe like off the bench, maybe 16. Danny Green played defense. Danny Green did play defense. But, I mean, I'll tell you this right now. Malachi will be a much better scorer offensively than Danny Green was. So, you know, take that what you will. It's his sophomore slump. He's got to overcome this, and if he does, I believe he'll be a great player. I think not only is the sophomore slump, but like I said, I don't think our personnel is tailored towards what Malachi is. Malachi in college, that's the type of player he was. He was a pick and roll guy, primary ball handler. Like that's who he is. That's the type of player he is. And he's a 3-level scorer essentially. But he's phenomenal in the pick and roll. We don't really have a team that really helps that. Right now, the Spurs just have him being a spot-up three-point shooter, and that's not what he is. He's never been that. In the NBA, a ball handler needs to shoot threes. He can shoot. Malachi can shoot. Malachi should have more plays designed for him. His in-between game is elite, but he misses his chances to take them. That's true, too. You need to understand one thing. Modern NBA is about shooting. I understand that, but Malachi can shoot. I mean, I just, gosh, it will be like, I can't really make it a comparison because Malachi is so young. I don't know. Just think of anybody on the team. I don't know. Devin Vassell, right? Like, Devin Vassell has had slumps where he shot poorly, right? But we know what he's capable of. We know he can shoot. And Malachi, like I said, the chat says, well, he's in his second year. He needs an offense that's slightly more tailored towards him, or at least a personnel that helps him, and he'll be okay. The last game, yeah, but 30% at three-pointer is not what any NBA team needs. Look, our team overall is poor, right? Like, our team overall is pretty bad at three-point shooting. So yeah, I don't know. I get what you're saying. Yes, he'll have to improve, but I don't think that that's evidence that like Malachi can't shoot or he's not capable of shooting. He's shown that he's capable of shooting. He has a really nice shooting form. He's just not a spot up 3-point shooter. He's still one of the worst. That's fine, dude. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and like go to bat for it. I just think Malachi, I don't know. He doesn't have to have so much hate. Malachi is a mid-range guy. Stop shooting threes. He's a 3 level. But yeah, mid-range is his bread and butter for sure. He's a pick and roll. He's more of a pick and roll ball handler type. Like Trey, he can shoot, but he shouldn't shoot. Trey can't shoot. Okay, so Trey, if you're comparing Trey with Malachi is a significantly better shooter than Trey Jones. Like, significantly better. Trey Jones has never been a shooter. Trey Jones has never been a good shooter at all. Malachi can shoot. He has the shooting form and everything. He can shoot. The magnificent 28%, Malachi 30%. Yeah, I get it. The percentages are bad. All I'm saying is my whole point is just because the percentages are bad during a season doesn't necessarily mean that player isn't capable of shooting well. It could be a lot of things that just has to do with the way that you're used on the team. It could be your experience. It could be the personnel with you. Teams don't leave Malachi open that often. I mean, we just don't have the personnel. You're not really going to see how good Malachi is until we get the right personnel. And now it's just a matter of the Spurs saying, do we want to stick with him or do we want to package him for something? But I'm cool with us sticking with him. I think you'll get to see. Just give it time, okay? Just give it time. I think you'll be able to see. If they keep Malachi, you'll see how good he is. He is a good player. He wasn't a projected lottery pick for no reason that season. But yeah, anyways, good stuff here. I think that's awesome. Yeah, great program over there, San Antonio. %99 of bad shooters will stay bad shooter for life. Not everyone is Kawhi Leonard. No, but Malachi isn't a bad... Okay, explain. All I'm saying is Malachi isn't a bad shooter. Like, that's his bread and butter. He can shoot. That was the whole reason why he was even in the lottery. or he was supposed to be in the lottery. He can shoot. He's very capable of shooting. It's not like Kawhi where it's like you're not really having expectations for him to shoot, right? Or like Sohan where it's like the shot is kind of broken initially, so hopefully he gets better at shooting. Like Malachi, that is his thing. He shoots, he scores. Okay, you're not getting what I'm saying. You're not getting what I'm saying. It's like, if you just put the percentage on it, like, let's just do that with everybody. I don't know. Like, Wemby has poor three-point shooting, but we all know Wemby is very capable of being a really good shooter, right? Like, a really good scorer. Like, I have no doubt in my mind that Wemby will become a really good catch-and-shoot three-point shooter. But if we just sat back and just said, oh, you know, his percentage, it's like, well, you're not necessarily, like, painting the whole picture. You're just saying he has a bad shooting percentage this season, which is true, but that doesn't mean he's a bad shooter. It just means he's either in a slump or he's not in a offense conducive to what he's capable of doing. Okay, Wemby 32%, but since 15 games, 39% at three-pointers. Well, I think his catch and shoot is still like god awful, I believe. His pull-ups are great, but his catch and shoot. All I'm saying is if we sat back and just said, well, his catch and shoot sucks. Look at his percentage of catch and shoot shots. Be like, what? Okay. Doesn't really matter. You know? All right, let's see here. What is this? TSN. Am I going to get in trouble for this? Eric? Am I going to get in trouble with this? Eric? I don't know. I don't know if I'm getting in trouble with this. Sam Mitchell gives his opinion about Victor's potential ceiling, what the Spurs are doing with him, and more. A must-see, Eric said. He tagged me in it. Big shout out to you, Eric. So before we look at this really quick, okay, I want to do a shout out to our sponsor for this evening, BetUS. Big shout out to BetUS. Guys, so listen up. You will receive, there's a new deal, okay? You'll receive 125% bonus, not only on your first deposit, but your first 3 deposits. All you have to do is follow the link in my description and you type in join 125. There's so many different things that you can bet on. You got sports books, parlays. I love the daily fantasy of it all, okay? When you can just go straight into what's going on today and take a look at what some of the bets that you can do. You can go over or under rebounds, over under points. You can combine that with whether or not that player is going to win that game, and it just bumps up how much you could potentially make. Just out of curiosity, let's go to basketball. And I always like doing this, okay? At this point, it's a running meme, all right? Let's just be real. NBA champion. Let's see what our San Antonio Spurs chances are of being champ. Where are we? Wait. Does that mean there's no chance? There's no chance. Are we kicked out of the playoffs already? We're not even on this list. So you couldn't even bet on the Spurs if you wanted to. That's wild. I had no idea we were at. Wait a minute, but where's... Oh, yeah, because Detroit isn't here either. Oh, wow. Yeah, guys, you can't bet on the Spurs no more. I'm sorry. Spurs be in the trenches? Yeah, sorry. You can't bet on them. But do something a little smarter, okay? Don't do that. Don't do that anyway. Clippers is probably a good one. Plus 450. Let's see. You got... Mavericks would be that would be an iffy one. Philadelphia would be a good one. But anyways, all you would do, you click on the money line. I didn't sign in. But you click on the money line, and then after that, all you have to do is just see how much you'll get from that and put in your bets, man. It's really easy, like super easy process. But like I said, if you guys want to check it out, link in my description. You'll receive 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. So that means you put in $100, you get $125 to play with. of course, 11 wins. This is the first time I've been on BetUS and the Spurs aren't listed. I'm kind of hurt, all right? I'm a little offended. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this that Eric sent us. Where the heck is it? I just lost it that quick. Sorry, Eric. Here we go. Let's take it to YouTube. Hold on, I don't want to get in trouble, so what we're going to do is speed this. Shh. I'm trying not to get in trouble. Oh, my God. Let's speed it up a little bit. Let's go playback speed. 1.5. All right. I think he said it starts right here. So let's see what's going on. We'll do closed captions too. Hope you guys can read. Oh, you guys can't hear it. Here we go.
Like he had some blocks that like he posterized guys off a block last night. Like it was men against boys, and that guy, he's 19 years old.
He is that good.
I mean, he had all the hype in the world, Sam. We all knew he was coming. We all knew what he was capable of doing. We've seen the highlights over in Europe, but you've seen it up close and personal. Like what are we talking about here with this kid? Like what could he develop into, and how impossible is he going to be to compete against when he's that good offensively and that good defensively, and he's 19 years old?
True. Break it down to us, please. Break it down to us, Sam Mitchell.
Guys, when he gets stronger and you can't move him, he has to get that wiry strength. It's gonna be scary. Kevin Durant.
I'm gonna be real with you guys. I really like listening to Sam Mitchell talk when he's on NBA TV. I'm pretty sure he's on NBA TV all the time. He has pretty good takes.
I said it. He's gonna be something we've never seen before. We're not gonna be able to prepare for this. Look at what he's doing now at 19 years old in a baby's body.
Yes, fair use. Fair use. This is fair use. This is fair use. Fair use. This is fair use. I don't know, dude. Look, Free J, I can't control it anymore. It doesn't matter what I do. All right, they will copyright claim you no matter what. I just hope this can be a segment that we put on the channel. But hey, we gotta wait and see, right?
Mm-hmm. Right. I was watching it last night. Every time people were hitting him, knocking him off balance. But guys, he had 27 points, 14 rebounds, and 10 block shots, and 5 assists, and he got beat up all over the court. Now think about what's going to happen when he's able to hold his ground and stand his ground. I think we're going to see something that we've never seen before. He may have a chance to go down as the greatest player ever.
That's what we said earlier in this. I don't know why they're acting shocked. Yeah, like I think that's pretty apparent, right? I always say this, okay? This is the main thing, all right? It's not just the fact, which this is a big factor, but it's not just the fact that he's 7'5", agile, skilled. It's his mindset. This dude is like Kobe. He's like Jordan. He's on that competitive level. That's how he is. He wants to be the greatest ever. You can see it. He's salivating every single opportunity he has to show the world what he's capable of. He salivates. He's a rookie, and when he went against Giannis, it looked as if it was just two veterans going head to head. This is who he is. He salivates at it. Chet Holmgren, he just thought, hey, we'll just have a good game. He actively avoided Wemby, and Wemby said, no, come here. Everybody keeps saying that it's close between us. It's not close at all. Come here, kid. Like, this is who he is. And that's not me saying Chet is a bad player, okay? Not me saying that at all. But it does remind me of the times where people would try to compare, like, Kevin Garnett to Duncan, right? Like, Kevin Garnett is a great player, but we're talking about Tim Duncan here. And I feel like that's the same thing with Wemby. He's on a whole nother planet. He's a competitive psychopath like Michael Jordan. Exactly. He's insane.
Look at his skill. Okay, think about this from this standpoint. He can get a shot on anybody. See, right now, he's playing facing up. Look at what Boston doing with Kristaps Porzingis. They put him at the elbow.
Yep.
So if you put a short guy on him, he just turns and shoots over. If you put a big, slow center on him, he just drives around it. And Victor is a better athlete than Porzingis. He's a better athlete than Chet Holmgren. He's better skill-wise. So think about when he gets a little stronger, what he's going to do. How are you going to defend him? What are you going to do?
There's nothing you can do. You're just going to have to foul him. And then he's like an 80% free throw shooter.
Yeah. You can't take a shot away from it. So I'm telling you guys, this guy's going to be, it's scary to watch him and watch what he's doing now. I would say this, in 3 years, it may not be an answer for him.
Yeah.
And yet, if he keeps developing right now, it may not be an answer for him.
And even this season, like from day one up to now, we've seen Wemby really make a leap that freshmen make into sophomore year, or sophomores make into their third year. Like, we don't see this much of a jump. Like, he is so much better than he was when he first got to San Antonio. I mean, so much better. And we're at the halfway mark of the season, basically. right? Like, it's it's extraordinarily impressive.
And yet, Sam, you look at the standings, and they're one of the worst teams in the league, the Spurs are. They'd lost 7 in a row coming into Toronto last night before the Raptors made them look like one of the best teams in the league in an embarrassing performance. But how have you evaluated sort of Popovich's coaching job there, given this kid's talent and all, the effusive praise you just leveled, which is all justified to my eye because I've never seen anything like this guy in all my years watching this league. 11 wins, man, 40.
Sam Mitchell always has good takes, okay? Listen to whatever he has to say. I highly doubt he's going to say anything dumb about Popovich. Now, sometimes I have too much faith in people, but I've been watching him for a long time. I highly doubt he's going to say something dumb. Please do not have a Twitter take. Please.
3 losses, not pretty. Has Pop done a good enough job in your mind? How do you look at it?
Guys, this year is not about wins and losses for San Antonio. This is about Victor development and who can play with Victor.
What'd I say? This man knows his stuff. What can I say? That wasn't a Twitter take. What can I say? He knows his stuff. Exactly. They should change the name Hack-a-Shack to Whack-a-Wimby. That's hilarious, but there will be no Whack-a-Wimby because, he won't. You can't hack Wimby. He'll just hit his free throws. You'll give him 73 points.
Skill set do you need to develop? See, what they're doing right now, they're learning what type of players need to play with Victor. Do we need shooters? Do we need bangers?
Yeah.
What kind of guys do we need?
Yes.
Right? And then they're figuring out what all can he do. And what they're realizing,
he can do everything is what we're realizing.
He do everything. Guys, he made passes last night that I didn't think a 7'5" guy could make. Man, he was making bounce passes to guys wide open for layups. I'm like, gee whiz. I didn't realize he could pass.
Me and Sam Mitchell are the same people. We are the same people. We are one, okay?
Like that. So I think what San Antonio doing, this is open audition. They're learning what he can do. They're learning what he needs. Guys, think about this now. He's only playing 28 minutes a game.
Mm-hmm.
Now and I think that's right. I think to play him 40 minutes a night, he would get hurt, he'd get beat up. I think that would be malpractice. So I think Pop is doing the right thing with him. They're limiting his minutes. He's playing 28 minutes a game. And what Pop is telling him, in 28 minutes, if you can go out there and get 27, 14, and 10, and 5, how many more minutes do you need?
That's what's crazy.
Ooh! I didn't even think about that. Like, he's so impactful on both ends of the court. Once we have a really good team, his stats, he's so good that, funny enough, his stats will probably suffer, right? His stats will probably suffer because he won't have to play as many minutes. Like, he could easily be in the game longer and get better stats. One thing as well, though, I don't know if he brings it up here, but Wemby, he did hit his rookie wall, right? And he looked exhausted. He looked better now, but he looked exhausted for about 4 or 6 games. I'm kind of glad he's out of that. And, this break is really going to help him, I think. But man, oh man. So it's like, ideally we would think, he would just get better stats. But this season in particular, more minutes, he would just be more tired. And his stats probably wouldn't be that much better. That's how I felt even when everybody was arguing about why aren't they giving him the ball in the fourth quarter. I'm like, he looks exhausted to me. I think that's why he's not getting the ball. It was allergies, not rookie wall. What if it was both? I'm gonna be honest with you, Fizz. I hope it was both. I hope it was allergies. I hope it was bad conditioning. And I hope it was a rookie wall. Because if it was all 3 of those things, his stats were still impressive. I'm hoping that it was all of that. That's what I'm hoping for.
Man, like 29, and to your point, Sam, he did everything. He had a left-handed hook shot last night. And I'm like, what is this guy doing?
Hey, Eric, thank you for sending this.
Man, and blocks from every possible angle.
Dude, you know West Chain over and under the betting parlay that we joke about on the air?
Yep.
The over was 3 blocks.
Oh, man.
So they asked me what I thought. I said he's playing a young team that don't understand the hype. He's going to have way more blocks than that. And I didn't think he'd have 10,
right.
But the Raptors made it easy. They kept driving in there like they were going to trick him. You can't out-quick or out-trick a 7'5" guy with an 8 feet wingspan.
Right. That's not athletic, too, right? He takes one step. He's on top of you. Like, that was what was amazing is that, you're right, you could see the fear in the eyes of the Raptors who were trying to drive at him. They're like, I'm done. I'm stuck.
What do you do?
Like, I'm committed to it now, but he's going to block me. Crazy.
Dude, I wanted to be at that game because I wanted to see him live and up close. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you what, man, I was in awe.
Yeah.
He blew me away. He's better than I've seen on TV. When you see him up close and you see how people are knocking him around, and he still did what he did last night, it's scary.
Well, what about his personality? Like, does he have the personality to take on, you know what it's like when you're the man in the NBA in any sport? Like,
we don't have to watch the rest of this. Yeah, he does. He does have the personality. We've went over him enough to know that he does. Always a pleasure to sing you quality content. Thank you. Yeah, I had no idea that this was even a thing. Good stuff though. Let's see what the comments had to say here. We got 30 comments here. Ooh, I gotta watch that. What the heck? YMS. Night swim will do for pools what Jaws did for the... I am going to save that for later, okay? I love YMS. Watch Wimmy when he met up with Chet. Watch how he went at Chet. Watch how he stares down players after blocking them, ripping their heart out. Trust me, he has the killer mentality. He does, dude. He's absolutely nasty. I really enjoyed this vid and Sam Mitchell's take on how Pop trains the Spurs, how Wemby should have made the All-Star team this year. Oh, we didn't hear that part. And how the big American media is not really seeing what is really happening right now in the league. I have no idea. I don't. Been saying it from the start. Victor has GOAT potential. Yes, he does. And you know what? The one thing that's special about Vic too, you know how everyone debates like who's the GOAT? Is it LeBron or Jordan? And there is so much discourse. I don't think that there's what the heck, man? Dude. Oh my God. Silence it, dude. Oh. What are you doing? He's pulling a primo in the chat. Why are you doing that? We didn't want to see that. Oh man, I gotta ban you. I gotta ban you, man. I know Wemby. That's the real Wemby, by the way. I know, man. Oh, Rue deleted it. Thanks, Rue. We're gonna wait a minute. Rue, did you already ban him? I want Josh Giddey. Oh my God. Let's I'm gonna put you on timeout. Rue might have already banned you, my boy. Thanks, Rue. Huh. Interesting. I lost my train of thought. I guess that was the whole point, huh? Yeah, but you know how there's this whole discourse when it comes to like LeBron versus Jordan, like who's better, LeBron, Jordan, and people really get heated about it. I feel like with Wemby, I don't know if it'll be that much discourse, honestly. I think he's so good, and he's already 7'5". I think a lot of people, if he gets multiple rings, they're probably just gonna be like, yeah, I mean, what do you do? I don't see a lot of people hating on Wemby, dude. The only people I've seen hate on Wemby have been OKC and Rockets fans. And even they've kind of given up on that. He just doesn't get a lot of hate. He's really hard to hate, honestly. Being with the Spurs already gives you kind of a shield. I'll just be real. You know, you a San Antonio Spur, you get a shield. Popovich is the one that gets most of the lumps there. But when it comes to Wemby, I think he'll... I don't know, it'd be like similar to Duncan, right? Like nobody's really going to talk bad about him. Imagine a Wemby growth spurt. Bruh. And he's 20. Yeah, I guess it's possible. I guess he could grow a little bit more. That's just ridiculous. We don't need any more. He's good. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Let's see. What else we got here? All right, we went over that. Oh, this. Oh, God, dude. Guys. Guys, I did not want to see this. Yeah, so Bryn Forbes arrested again. I legit thought that this wasn't real. I was like, no, there's no way. But yeah, it actually is. Bryn Forbes has been arrested on a third-degree felony charge of assault, strangulation, choking of a family member. Sources say a warrant was issued for his arrest yesterday. Boy, oh boy. Reading here, Forbes was arrested around this time last year. Literally a year ago. on a family violence charge that was dismissed last month after he completed a pretrial diversion program. His bond has been set to $7,500, according to booking records. According to court documents, Forbes struck the mother of his 2 children before choking her. He allegedly told her, "If you can speak, then you are not being choked," when she told him she couldn't breathe. So guys, just correct me, okay? Is this something that happened again, or is this the same thing? Because it just sounds like the exact same thing that happened before. Like, what the heck is going on? Bryn hit the fan. It is insane, isn't it? Let's see. On February 12th, 2024, let's see. Was dispatched for disturbance. Spoke to the client. I found the victim of family violence. I'm trying to see if there's any other extra information. Says she relocated back to San Antonio recently, and she moved into an apartment. She said the defendant has primary custody of their children at this time. The plan said she was asleep and she heard banging on her window. Oh my God. She says she determined it was the defendant. Let's see. Plan says she says she allowed the defendant inside. So he was banging on her window and she let him inside. She said he immediately punched her in the head. Wow. And then used his forearms across her throat to make it difficult for her to breathe. The client said the defendant grabbed her by her shirt and pulled it over her head. Then Bryn Forbes also grabbed her by her shirt collar and used the shirt collar as a tool to constrict around her neck. This is bad. I probably should have said a trigger warning. Yeah, this is oh gosh. And then she said it was extremely difficult to breathe. Okay, we read that. He said if you can speak, you're not being choked. Da da da. All right. My commentary on this. This guy needs some serious help, dude. Like seriously, he need to really figure some stuff out about himself. I don't know what is up with Bryn Forbes. I don't know what happened. I think this is just a constant reminder that we don't know any of these players personally at all. This is insane. He needs serious time in jail. He needs to be put away. He is a danger to society at this point. This is disgusting, dude. I really hope that he can figure out what the heck is going on with himself. But this is something that I did not see coming. Gosh. That poor lady. Is that a mugshot or something? This is the mugshot from a year ago. Yeah, this is a mugshot from a year ago. I don't know if there's another. I don't think there's a new mugshot. He needs help. I wonder if his career fall off has made him violent towards women. I don't know if it's that. I wonder if his mom still lives with or around him. I don't know. I don't know. When you're that, usually, at least from what I've seen, is that when people do this, when they go after their women like that, or their girlfriends and stuff like that, it's like a kind of an ownership type deal, you know? Like, he wants to control her. He feels as if he has ownership over her. A lot of misogyny going on. A lot of built up anger. Probably a lot of trauma. Probably it's something that happened with him, right? Exploring his true emotions is not a strong suit. You can see it is about control. Usually it's about control. It's not one of those things where it's like, you know, if you go down the whole rabbit hole of, well, maybe it's, you know, his career and then that's what made him angry, and it's like, no, because I mean, victims think that too sometimes, you know. It's like, oh, it's just temporary, you know. It's just because this thing is going on and it's making him angry. It's like, no, he has a serious issue. This dude is seriously dangerous. What you say? Well, he's the one who implied she was an unfit mother. How you think he got custody of his kids? Are you responding to me? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Money? Yeah, this is just clear-cut abuse behavior. I'm all for rehabilitation. Like, I'll always be for that. But as of right now, dude, this is just terrible. Like, I really fear for her more than anybody. I fear for the mother of the children more than anybody. She's talking to the chat clan. Oh, okay. She said just giving history. Oh, okay. Oh, man. This is bad. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't know if there's been any other updates, guys. But, yeah. Okay, TMZ even reported it 2 days ago. Here's Deadspin. Booked on a felony domestic violence charge. This man, he got some issues. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, nothing else. Yeah, I mean his career is over, but that should be the least amount of his worries. Most importantly, I do feel for the partner here. Gosh, I just can't imagine how terrifying that is. You know, I mean, there's pros and cons, like depending on your gender or and all that good stuff. There's pros and cons to everything, but man, I could not imagine being put in that situation with an abusive partner like that. I just can't. What the heck? His punishment should be to give Primo a back rub. That's something. Feel bad for these women and his kids. His boys are old enough to understand. Yeah. It's terrible, man. I don't know what to say. I literally don't have anything. The only thing I can say is he has some serious issues. This is a serious problem at this point. Please put him away and protect this lady. That's all I can say. Protect this lady, man. I feel like our system has a really terrible time of protecting women in cases like this, man. You gotta protect her, because this is bad. If she didn't let him in, it probably could have been worse. That's the thing too. When people start to, victim blame, say, well, she could have done this differently, you couldn't have done that. And it's really just a way of putting yourself in that situation and thinking as if, oh, that couldn't happen to me. It's really a way of just protecting yourself. But like, if people start saying that, it's like, well, in that situation, he's banging on the window. I don't know, man. It probably would have been worse if she didn't let him in. He also sounds like he has an alcohol problem. He looks drunk in the mugshot. Let me just go back to the mugshot. Does he? He does a little bit, yeah. He does a little bit. Ah, man. That's tough. Well, I don't know. He needs some serious help. This is terrible. I feel like I've said that like 50 million times. All right, guys. Let me see something. Terrible. Terrible, terrible. All right. Last but not least, how about we go over a press conference? I feel like I said I was going to do that yesterday, and I never did. Let's see. I think that'd be a good thing to go over in this bad boy on off. Should we do Wemby? Probably should talk Wemby. Pop went on longer. We'll talk Wemby. We'll talk Wemby. All right. We gotta see what Wemby talking about. What you talking about, Wemby? What you talking about, Willie? We got Coach Pop that talked for like 9 minutes. I don't know if I want to watch Pop for. Well, do I? No, wait, that's pregame. Nope, we're definitely not. Nope. We want postgame stuff, so we're gonna watch Wemby. Now, before we do, really quick, sponsor of this video, sponsor of this channel, sponsor of this live stream, BetUS. Big shout out to BetUS. Guys, listen, you'll receive 125% bonus, not only on your first deposit, but on your first 3 deposits. Link in my description. Just click that link, put in the promo code JOIN125. You saw it? That was kind of smooth. 125, and yeah, you'll get 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits. That just means you put in, I don't know, you say $100, you get 125 free dollars to play with. All right, that's $225. All right, and you do that 3 times. But yeah, so there's so many different things that you can bet on. You got sports books, parlays, you got daily fantasy even, in which you can go into. If there's a game going on, you could say, I don't know, Spurs versus the Mavericks. We played them recently. And you can go in there, you can bet, okay, am I going over or under on rebounds? Am I going to say over or under points when it comes to Wemby and they get the win and they get the loss? And that'll just increase your chances of what you can win. So guys, just go check it out. At the very least, like I said, you support the sponsors, you're supporting me, you're supporting this channel. So please head on over to the link in the description, receive 125% bonus on any deposit in the first three deposits. So go check that out, man. All right, so let's take a look at what Wemby has to say. Wembanyama after the Mavs game, my boy. Oh wait, I gotta sped up way too fast. We'll do 1.25. Okay, this isn't the first time Wemby has said. Wemby's a great leader, by the way. And I also, no sound. Oh, crap. All right, we're going to do that over. Or actually, should I just tell you what he said? I'll just tell you a little bit of what he said, okay? I am so sorry. I was just listening. I wasn't paying attention to you guys at all. Okay, Wemby. What he basically said was the team has to pay attention to the scouting report. He just basically said, like, the team, they had a tough time scoring. That's okay. That happens. But when it comes to guys like Luka and Kyrie Irving, there's only so much that you can do. But you have to apply the scouting report every single time. And this is something that he said before. I don't know if you guys recall. He did say this before, that we got to pay attention to the scouting report. I think Wemby is because a lot of these teams get the scouting report like the night before the game, right? Like the day before the game. At least that's what I heard. And I don't know, it takes some type of sponginess to be able to absorb that information and apply it immediately when you see those players. So I find that very interesting, that Wemby, every single time, he's had a pretty good time going against players. Like he's exploited weaknesses. and defenses. He's exploited players' abilities offensively. He's constantly doing it, and I think it just shows. It just shows what's going on up here. Okay, he's big brain. He's really big brain. But unfortunately, some guys aren't as smart as that. But it is what it is.
Because every single one of the shots they'll make, the turnovers they'll make is a small win, and we need all of them. We need as much as we can. So yeah, it's you continue to apply
the scouting report.
Anybody else, or can we go?
Are you looking forward to getting to Indianapolis and just going through that whole thing?
He's are you looking forward to going to Indianapolis and going through that whole?
First time.
Yeah, sure. Now I started thinking about it. I'm gonna have a very busy schedule, and but yeah, it's gonna be a fun experience. Intense but fun.
Are you planning on doing any of the
Oh, I hope he wins the skill challenge. That'll be awesome.
extra stuff, the parties, and the get-togethers, or you just
No, I'm not gonna have time.
none of that?
How many? Him winning the skill challenge would be absolutely insane. Guys, let me know. Did Jokic do the skill challenge? I don't think he did. Every time I remember skills challenge, I always think of point guards doing it. No, I could be wrong.
What do you think you've learned the most from the first basically 2/3 of your
What I've learned the most, plenty of stuff.
Do you think Wemby reads romantic novels when he goes to bed at 9:30? He said that he reads fantasy novels, and recently he's been reading Stephen King. So yeah.
But most importantly,
Stephen King's Gunslinger, he said.
the areas where we need to, the areas we need to avoid, and the ones we need to, to go strongly to go at them, and it's I've learned honestly plenty of stuff, and but the most about myself.
I've talked to a couple of players who you have blocked jumpers of theirs throughout this season, and a lot of them said similar things where it's like, there's a jumper that they did not expect to be blocked. They did not expect you to. Do you get any of that? Have you
Clan up to date with Wemby's current book. Yeah. Like real talk. He said it. Yeah. I'm sorry.
just say, wow, this was something that I'm not accustomed to, you being able to reach it based off the circumstances where they're taking it?
The book that he's reading he said it's been really difficult, but he's been reading it in English, but he does like to read. Yeah, both, exactly. Yeah. He reads both, but it sounds like English is obviously more difficult, but he's been reading English too.
Have guys tell me this?
Yeah.
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, sometimes during the game and sometimes after, but yeah, it happens. But on the other hand, there's guys also who do stuff that seems impossible by times.
Yeah, I assume for you it's just normally you can block the shots you can block.
Yeah, but still it's it's really you can see when it's hard and when it's extra effort.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks.
God, he's a true athlete, man. Jeez. So he's not pretending to read Malcolm X? No, he's not pretending to read Malcolm X. He is not pulling a LeBron James. Yeah, he's not doing none of this. Hold on. Do I have to? Yeah. None of the. Oh, wait. Why is it so pixelated? No, wait. I want a better picture than that. Fix it. There we go. Yeah, he's not doing any of this where he's always on the first page. The Hunger Games. Look, I don't even read a ton of books, okay? But like The Hunger Games. Really? The Hunger Games. I don't know. I find that funny. But yeah, always on the first page. Ridiculous. Ridiculous, dude. All right, guys, I'm getting off. I got to go to the gym. I appreciate all the love. Thank you. It is getting late, and I have to go to the gym. Bucks might lose to the Grizzlies. What? Dude. Doc Rivers sucks. Hold on. Yo, Doc Rivers sucks, dude. I don't know what. See, this is why you don't let players make all the decisions for you, okay? There is no reason they should get Doc Rivers. Was that Giannis's idea? Oh my God, Doc Rivers sucks so bad. Terrible. Terrible, dude. Giannis deserves his karma, diva. I do like Giannis, but terrible. All right, I'll give it to you guys later, man. Deuces, y'all. Deuces, 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 deuces. I'll give it to you later. Bye. Bye, 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 bye.